Hello again. Today we are going to speak about the 3 things you need to check in a project before reserving a property here in Costa del Sol, an off-plan property. And we are going to get to it straight away. So the first thing that we should always check in a project sounds obvious, but you must need to see the floor plans and the quality of materials. This is vital. Very often the developers show you super amazing, spacious penthouse and the renders probably of the better units of the development. So you need to really understand how will be your apartments from the floor plans. This is quite important. It's impossible to have a luxurious apartment if you only have 30 square meters. Also, when it goes to the bedrooms, in Spain it's quite common to find residential apartments under 10 square meters. Maybe that will be enough to put 2 beds of 190 centimeters, but not much. So it's important to check and to understand the floor plans. It's the same with the quality materials. In the renders, sounds and looks amazing. Probably they will show you beautiful computer-made pictures, but realistically speaking, it might not be like this. So in the quality material specifies what is going to be on the facade, which ceramics are they going to use in the floor and the bathroom, because that will be realistically what you're going to have when you see your apartment. And like it always says in the little letter, it's not mandatory that the apartment would look exactly like this, and a render is not part of the contract. So you need to take that into consideration. The floor plans, you need to understand it very good, and the square meters, that's vital for the apartment. The second thing is very important to take in consideration when you buy an off-plan apartment or a villa is make sure you understand the emplacement, so the views, all right? Quite common when you see the price list of a development and they tell you, okay, according to my budget, I can afford this or that one, and that unit will be placed right in this spot. Not always you really know what will be the exact view or what is going to have in front of you. Make sure that in the future there's nothing else going to be built in front, or any of the future blocks that the developer will unlock in the future. To understand exactly what is going to be your view, with the agents, we regularly work with drones. Not all the agents have drones. I have one, but some others, at least minimum, have access to someone who has it. And the way we can send you a picture of what's going to be the exact view from the terrace of your apartment and which kind of view. I have a video specifically about the views in my channel. You can check it. And I explain the differences about which kind of views, panoramic, telescope, or partial sea views. And this is very important because the views represent about 10% of the value of the property, and you don't want surprises that suddenly when you open for the first time your apartment, you open the door and the first thing you see in the terrace is the wall of the neighbor or someone else's balcony, right? You don't want that. Make sure you understand what exactly are going to be your views, because it also affects your privacy and your life in the house, okay? The final third thing you need to check in the development, and it's not the less important, this is one of the ones I look more nowadays, is the green and communal areas, okay? When you see your project, when you see the renders from the developer, they very frequently show you palm trees and gardens and flowers in front of the pool, but not always this is going to be in the project, and not always they are planning to really do it. So when I go to viewings with the clients, I ask the developer, are you really going to plant this palm tree there? What are you going to do with the green areas? How it's going to be exactly the final results? And this is because this affects a lot to the final, the ultimate result of the development. It makes a great difference when you walk in a complex with beautiful gardens. Even if you haven't been in the apartment, it's very hard to make a second good impression. Imagine if you're bringing someone that never been in your house and the first thing he see is like a complex full of concrete and very gray, right? So to have a luxurious apartment, not only must to be beautiful in the interior, or how if you put a lot of effort in decorating your house, but then outside in the complex or in the development doesn't look good because it's not well maintained or doesn't have beautiful gardens. And this is it. Hope the video was useful for you. If you have any questions, remember to ask me there in the comments or subscribe and follow me on the social media. Have a nice day. Bye then.